At night, a car is driving from Great Yarmouth to Lowestoft along the A12 road. Just past the Hopton turnoff, the driver spots grey mist in the middle of the carriageway ahead. As he drives closer, the mist takes the form of a man, tall and dressed in a long coat or cape, coming well past his knees. He had on old-fashioned heavy lace-up boots and had long, straggly grey hair. The figure stood stock still in the middle of the road. The driver frantically tries to brake to avoid hitting him. His car skids out of control and straight through the figure, coming to stop on the grass verge facing the wrong way. Getting out of his car, there's nothing to be seen. What is striking is that from the inside of a moving vehicle is how divorced we are from our outside surroundings. By vehicle, we're travelling inside a container to a destination that is likely another container, such as home or work. Back and forth we go. The feel of the earth, the sound of nature. We are disassociated from the task in hand. Inside our vehicle, we are surrounded and preoccupied by the sound of people talking, the radio, thoughts inside our heads, etc. The preoccupation of driving and controlling a vehicle as much as being a passenger. The sound of the vehicle itself. The warmth of the mechanical womb. The passing of an unexpected shape that we'd recognise as a figure on the road would surprise us out of this state of normality. In the dark and through bad weather, caught in the headlights, this would be heightened.
You have written at one time and another some sentences which have surprised me a little about death. Now, in particular, I remember you said that death is psychologically just as important as birth, and like it, it's an integral part of life. But surely it can't be like birth if it's an end, can it?
Yes, if it's an end. And there we are not quite certain about this end. Because, you know, there are these peculiar faculties of the psyche that it isn't entirely confined to space and time. You can have dreams or visions of the future. You can see round corners and such things. Only ignorance deny these facts. It's quite evident that they do exist and have existed always. Now these facts show that the psyche, in part at least, is not dependent upon these confinements. And then what? When the psyche is not under that obligation to live in time and space alone, and obviously it doesn't, then to that extent the psyche is not submitted to those laws. And that means a practical continuation of life, of a sort of psychical existence beyond time and space.
Do you yourself believe that death is probably the end, or do you believe that?
Well, I can't say. You see, the word belief is a difficult thing for me. I don't believe. I must have a reason for a certain hypothesis. Either I know a thing.
What am I to do? I must do my duty. The words of William Balls, Hopton's postman who worked himself to death in January 1899, having spent 22 years serving the village. He was found in a field close to where the hauntings occur at 10:30 on January the 2nd, lying face down in a pool of blood, having succumbed to pneumonia which develops from winter flu. The old man at the bus stop said to me, "Don't walk round there, that's haunted, that is." Walking back from work on a very late summer's afternoon, I witnessed at the Blunston turn-off at the lay-by, a car was parked there, and outside a man had set his drum kit up and was busily playing them. Once on a late evening walking back from Lowestoft, I encountered a cyclist who was sitting on the road. With his bike laid behind him, he was busily muttering to himself words that didn't make any sense to me, as if he was having an argument with himself. Drunk or sober, I couldn't tell. He was very preoccupied. He didn't seem to notice the small convoy of vehicles that was assembling behind him. I tried to convince him to get off the road and sit on the verge. He just ignored me. I made my way onwards, leaving him. Further along, I was stopped by a policeman who stopped his car. He asked me if I was okay, and I told him about the man in the road. He said to me about being careful walking on the road. Did he know I've been walking on this main road for a few years now? It's the late 80s now. It's an early summer's morning just after sunrise. Walking out of Cortonlong Lane, I turn right towards Hopton. A few hundred yards towards Rackham's Corner that goes towards Alton, I see a figure coming out of the mist. The hairs on my neck stand up and I feel a chill along my body. I walk over to the central reservation and continue forwards. The figure is closer. I make out is a bearded man with dark hair and a long overcoat. What is really strange, he's pushing an old-style pram. As he walks past, I notice he's also carrying a Tesco's bag. No verbal communication was had between us. No recognisable recognition between us either. He just carried on walking. I turn around and he's still walking towards the direction of Lowestoft.